Good evening, everyone, and tonight I am showing off my adventure game that I have created using all of just random Pokemon cards. I have a list of cards that I have in here. These cards get mixed up into this, and I am able to play this with 1 to 4 players as of now. Potentially more players can be added later on, but for the sake of this demo and for the rules from what I've been able to see so far, using Chat GPT, that it can play 1 to 4 quite easily. So the way this game works is we have a whole list of cards that were mixed in. So we have different types of trainer cards, different types of Pokemon cards. Now the Pokemon cards I have here, it's not just the regular, I also have the evolution behind those Pokemon. Why? So that when it's in your party and it's time to actually evolve, you just pull this card out, put it on top of the other one, and it is ready for the next stage. So where that goes, and then I have some other things in there as well. So how this all goes, the objective of the game is to start from Pallet Town or wherever you want to go it, and then go right to the end, to the final boss, which I put here, the Team Rocket guy from Boss's Order. So you can use whatever cards you have, fancy cards. I know they have full art cards, but this is literally just a box of stuff that I found, and I was able to throw this together today. On the sideboard, I keep these separate from everything else because these are the trainers that you'll go against in your encounters. You will need some dice, a plethora of variety. You can get as fancy or as basic as you like. So how this all works is that you will, Professor Oak actually starts the card deck here, and then for Boss's Order will be at the bottom for your finalization. So this is probably there's way more than 100 cards here. I think there's like almost 150. So about 100 cards is more than enough to play this game. So when you start your game, Professor Oak comes down and he's going to offer you your Pokemon. So what you might want to do beforehand is make sure that you have your basic Pokemon chose, and you can choose whatever Pokemon you want. And that's the beauty of this. Any Pokemon card that you have, you desire. That's why I like this particular game, is because you can use all kinds of random Pokemon that normally cannot be used through the card game in itself, because they might be too weak or they just don't match with anything. But this gives the love of every Pokemon you can possibly like in this. And then those would go to you have your single card there. And the objective is you can have up to 3 Pokemon on your bench. And you can swap out with Pokemon with this. So basically what will happen is if you encounter a Pokemon and you knock it out, and how you knock it out is what you do is you roll this dice. When you roll their dice, if it's 1 through 3, it's a miss. 4 through 6 is a hit. And once you hit, then the values on here go against the values up there, and you just keep going back and forth until it is knocked out. Once it's knocked out, well, house rule is that you can knock it out and you get a point for knocking it out. And if you knock out 10 Pokemon, this Pokemon evolves to the next stage. Or there's other ways to evolve your Pokemon, which I'll go over. Or if you don't want to knock it out, you have the opportunity to actually put it on your bench as one of your 3 Pokemon. That was a house rule that we added. You can add your own flavor, where there are Pokemon balls in this deck that allows you to capture these things as they go. This is a variety of different cards. So these are the cards that I use that help me make this possible. So besides the dice, I have some paper and pencil written down so I can keep track of the stadiums that we fought against. It was myself. We teamed up together, but we wanted to keep track of who knocked out the most Pokemon in stadiums. So my daughter won this one. But in the card game, I have cards that help us. So basically, I have quite a few. I have, I don't even know, like 10 of these throughout throughout the deck, and that will, I allow this one to actually heal all of our Pokemon in play. I added Team Yelp just because that's what I had. I don't have a lot of Team Rocket, but I had a lot of these. So how these encounters are is when you see them here, you don't follow the description on the card. You actually just look at the picture, and what you'll do is you'll roll 3 dice. These 3 dice will give you your numbers. The numbers is this book that I got here. It is not needed, but this was the challenging part. I had this laying around. So when you roll the dice, it gives you to the page, and it gives you the Pokemon. Now I understand the Pokemon doesn't have hit points, it just gives you a little bit of idea. I like the book just because it adds a little bit more variety to the gameplay overall, but what I came up with is the basic is worth 50, the stage 1 is worth 100, and stage 2 is worth 150. You can add as little or as high value as you want, more challenging the better. I added this book just because that's what I had, and I wanted to incorporate it with this whole aspect because I wanted a light RPG. Now obviously you can't catch the Pokemon that is knocked out, so you use these cards to add your own ability to either heal all your Pokemon, or maybe upgrade one. Like tonight we actually used it to upgrade our Pokemon if you won, so there's various things that you did. These Pokestops I have throughout the game, I actually use them as stopping points where you can take a break. So there's like 5, so it's like almost like hitting another developing town. But as soon as you see that card, it's like, oh, it's break time. Go get a drink, do whatever you need to do. Come back to it afterwards if you decide. If not, you just keep playing. I've added encounter cards like Worker, Bug Catcher, this random dude named Barry. So all those encounters do the same thing. So when you see those people, you roll the 3 dice, you get the page, and you just battle the Pokemon from there. I added rare candy, so if you pull this rare candy down, you automatically upgrade your Pokemon to the last stage. We added potions, we added Pokeballs. So these particular things, you can add as many as you want to your inventory. So basically we use the potions through our encounters if we were about to get knocked out. And then the Great Ball is if you see an encountered Pokemon and you like the Pokemon that you have, you just use the Pokeball, and you can automatically instantly bring to your team. You can use dice rolls, so you can do the same thing, like, if you hit a 2 you miss it, or if you had a 6 you get it. Whatever you want, you can honestly play the way you want. So we have potions. I also added stadiums. Now when you see a stadium card, so basically what the stadium card is that we go to the side pile here, and then I shuffle these up, turn them over, let someone pick, and that is the trainer that we fight in that stadium. So that stadium will have the trainer, and with that trainer is we choose 3 Pokemon. So we roll these 3, and that will give us our page. We open this up, and we get 3 Pokemon to fight. And we give them a little bit more of a boost, so it's a little bit more challenge. And that's what we have here is the person that we fought and the Pokemon that it was randomized for us on that, which was pretty cool. So that is legitimately the basics of this game. We played for about 2 hours and we got tired, so it was a lot of fun, and I'm sure more the merrier. But for 2 players and for the youth of my audience, it worked very well, to the point that it kept her attention. She wanted to play more, to the point that she actually wants to do a live demo of this to kind of show it off a little bit more on how this game actually plays. But I just wanted to show it off in less than 24 hours. With AI, I was able to come up with something that was relatively fun, easy to come up with. Because, we play the Pokemon, the actual trading card game, but my kids don't really finish a match just because they don't like following rules as much. So this one has very loose rules, but it was enjoyable enough that it kept their attention. So if you have young kids at home and you like Pokemon and you're thinking about trying different ways to be creative with them, this is a fantastic way for you to do so. That's when you go to those local card shops. and make it adventure. You know, if you can go out there and try to find the type of Pokemon you want for this, you can literally use anything you want. And I just chose all kinds of random Pokemon. I also did the cards sleeves. I did them in different sleeves so that I kind of knew what kind of encounter. So we knew this was going to be some kind of challenger, or this was going to be a Pokemon. So we had it set so that we can kind of give a surprise, anticipate what we're going to be hitting next. And these sleeves I got from those booster boxes for a while ago. But overall, this is fun, quite entertaining. But if you are interested and want to know more about it, comment below. Other than that, this is the adventure game.